Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Sadhguru Bhattavrinda. Namo Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Vastai Bhutale, Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tanamane, Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gauravani, Pratarne, Nirvishesha Shunavadi, Pasitari Shatarne. Om Gyana Tremendasya, Gananjana Shalakaya, Chakshu, only Tamyena. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Vancha Kalpataru Vishakrupa Sindhu Vepachapatitana Pavani Bhyo Vaishnav Bhyo Namo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda. Reading from Bhagavad-Gita As It Is. Continuing on from chapter 1. Chapter 1, text 15. Then Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called the Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called the Pow drum. Lord Krishna is referred to as Rishikesh in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. The living entities are parts and parcels of him, and therefore the senses of the living entities are also parts and parcel of his senses. The impersonalists cannot account for the senses of the living entities, and therefore they are always anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord, situated in the hearts of all living entities, directs their senses, but he directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity. In the case of a pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. Here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Rishikesh. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. For example, his name is Madhusudan because he killed the demon of the name Madhu. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows and the senses. His name is Vasudev because he appeared as the son of Vasudeva. His name is Devaki Nandan because he accepted Devaki as his mother. His name is Yashoda Nandan because he awarded his childhood pastimes to Yashoda at Vrindavan. His name is Parthasarthi because he worked as a charioteer of his friend Arjuna. Similarly, his name is Rishikesh because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna is referred to as Dhananjaya in this verse because he helped his other brother in fetching wealth when it was required by the king to make expenditures for different sacrifices. Similarly, Bhima is known as Vikrodar because he could eat voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks, such as the killing of the demon Hidimba. So the particular types of conch shells blown by the different personalities on the side of the Pandavas, beginning with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credits, nor the presence of the Lord, of Lord Krishna, the supreme director, nor that of the goddess of fortune. So they were predestined to lose the battle, and that was the message announced by the sounds of the conch shells. Text 16 to 18. Anta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira Nakula Sahadevascha Sugosha Manu Pushpakau Kashyascha Parameshva Sa Shikandi Cha Maharata Drishja Yubno Viratascha Satyakish Chaparachita Drupado Draupadyascha Sarvesha Priti Pate Subhadrascha Mahabahu Buhu Shankam Dadmu Pritak Pritak. Word for word translation, Antabajiyam. The conch shell named Ananta Vijayam. The conch shell named Ananta Vijay. Raja, the king. Kuti Putra, the son of Kunti. Yudhishthir. Nakula. Sahadev. Cha and. Sugoshan Mani Pushpakau. The conch is named Sugoshan Mani Pushpaka. Kashya, the king of Kashi. Varanasi. Cha and Parameshvara, the great archer. Shikandi, Cha also Maharata, one who can fight alone against thousands. Drishtadyumna, the son of the king Drupad. Virat, the prince who gave shelter to the Pandavas while they were in disguise. Cha also Satyaki, the name of Yuyudan, the charioteer of Lord Krishna. Cha and Aparijita, who were never vanquished before. Drupada, the king of Panchala. Draupadeya, the sons of Draupadi. Cha also, Shurvasha. All, Pritipati, O king, Subhadra, the son of Subhadra, Abhimanyu. Cha also, Mahabahu, greatly armed. Shankan, conch shells. Dadmu, blue. Pritak, each separately. Okay, continuing on, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's do it. Okay, where are we at? Text Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 24, Purport. This is Text 23, actually. Text 23, Purport. The Lord states in the Bhagavad-Gita that one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord can get released from the clutches of nescience. Krishna is just like the sun, and Maya, or material existence, is just like darkness. Wherever there is light of the sun, darkness or ignorance at once vanishes. The best means to get out of the world of ignorance is suggested here. The Lord is addressed herein as the personality of Godhead. From him, all other personalities of Godhead expand. The all-pervasive Lord Vishnu is Lord Krishna's plenary portion or expansion. The Lord expands himself in innumerable forms of Godhead and living beings along with his different energies. But Sri Krishna is the original primeval Lord from whom everything emanates. The all-pervasive feature of the Lord experienced within the manifested world is also a partial representation of the Lord. Paramatma, therefore, is included within him. He is the absolute personality of Godhead. He has nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material manifestation because he is far above the material creation. Darkness is the perverse representation of the sun, and therefore the existence of darkness depends on the existence of the sun. But in the sun proper, there is no trace of darkness, as the sun is full of light only. Similarly, the absolute personality of Godhead, beyond the material existence, is full of bliss. He is not only full of bliss, but also full of transcendental variegatedness. Transcendence is not at all static, but full of dynamic variegatedness. He is distinct from the material nature, which is complicated by the three modes of material nature. He is Parama, or the chief. Therefore, he is absolute. He has manifold energies, and through his diverse energies, he creates, manifests, maintains, and destroys the material world. In his own abode, however, everything is eternal and absolute. The world is not conducted by the energies or powerful agents by themselves, but by the potent, all-powerful with all energies. Text 24, Saeva Jiva Lokasya. Yeah, so Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. There you go. Surrender to him. He's the creator of everything. He's the source. What is the source? Haribol. The source is Krishna. So everything comes from Krishna. Everything. All the gods, all the universes, everything. Okay. Text 24. Saeva Jiva Lokasya Maya Mohati Chetasa. Vihatse Swena Sviryena Shreyo Dharmadi Lakshanam Sa, that transcendence, Eva, certainly, Jiva Lokasya, of the living beings, Maya, Mohita, captivated by the illusionary energy, Chetasa, by the heart, Vidasi, say, execute, Swena, by your own, Virena, influence, Shreya, ultimate good, Dharma Adi, four principles of liberation, Lakshanam, characterized by. Translation, and yet though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. Purport, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, descends on the manifested world without being influenced by the material modes of nature. So Krishna just comes to this world because he's God. He can just come to this world and leave this world whenever he wants. That's what God can do. We can't. We're forced to come in this world. We're forced to be here. We were forced to take birth. We didn't have a choice. Krishna is not like that. God can do whatever he wants. He is eternally beyond the material manifestation. He descends out of his causeless mercy only to reclaim the fallen souls who are captivated by the illusionary energy. We are captivated by the illusionary energy, Maya, right? We're captivated by little silly things like movies, music, all kinds of stuff. We're captivated by the material world. He is, okay, they are attracted by the material energy and they want to enjoy her under false pretext. Although in essence, the living entity is unable to enjoy. We're all trying to enjoy this material world. We're trying to enjoy our senses. We try to watch beautiful movies. We try to listen to beautiful music. We try to touch beautiful things. We try to eat delicious food. Yeah, that's what we do here. We're trying to be little gods. We're trying to be God. We're trying to be the supreme enjoyer, but we're not the supreme enjoyer. We are servants of God. There's only one supreme enjoyer, and that's Krishna. That's God. One is eternally the servitor of the Lord, and when he forgets this position, he thinks of enjoying the material world. Yes. See, people are forgetting their true position, which is servants of God. But factually, he is an illusion. The Lord descends to eradicate the false sense of enjoyment and thus reclaim conditioned souls back to Godhead. That is the all-merciful nature of the Lord for the fallen souls. Krishna comes to attract the fallen souls back to the spiritual world, back to the kingdom of God, Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, where you can associate with Krishna eternally in whatever mood you want to associate. You can be associated with Krishna as like a lover, like the gopis. You can associate with Krishna as a friend, like your cowherd boys, the gopas. You can associate with Krishna like with the parental mood, like his parents. And you can associate with Krishna like a servitor or like in neutrality. Those are the different ways you can associate with Krishna based on your mood, your taste. So you can dance with Krishna, you can sing with Krishna, you can play with Krishna, you can pretty much do anything with Krishna but that's just how life is. Okay. Just like in this world, there's lovers, there's friends, there's parents, there's servants, just like that. Because this world's a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. They don't understand this in religion. Like you can actually have like different kinds of relationships with God. Tatayam chavataraste bhuvo barajiras shaya swanam chananya bhavanam anudyananaya chakshakrit. Wherefore in translation, Tata thus, I am this, Cha and Avatara, incarnation, Te your, Bhuva of the material world, the Bara, burden, Jahir Shaya, for removing, Swanam of the friends, Cha Anya Bhavanam, and of the exclusion of devotees, Anu Yanaya, for remembering repeatedly, Cha and Asa Krit, fully satisfied. Thus you descend, translation, thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and benefit your friends, especially those who are exclusive devotees and are wrapped in meditation upon you. Purport, it appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet he's more inclined to his own men and devotees. Krishna God is, he's equal to everybody, but like the people that are more serious about like connecting with God, he pays more attention to them. Does this make sense, right? God, if you're like really praying to God and worshiping God, like God's gonna pay more attention to you. But if you're just kind of like whatever, then God's also like, okay, whatever. This is what it is. But he's impartial, As soon as you turn your attention to God, he turns his attention to you in more ways than you can understand. And that's the beauty of God. We're reading from Krishna book. I just like to read a couple pages every day from Bhagavad-Gita, from Bhagavatam, and from Krishna book, because you got to absorb your mind in Krishna. Like you should be hearing and chanting every day. If you're not hearing and chanting every day, you're sabotaging yourself. Okay, Krishna book. So Devaki was kept within the prison walls of Kamsa's palace, and no one could see her transcendental beauty, which resulted from her conceiving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, we're on prayer. We're in page. This chapter is prayers by the demigods for Lord Krishna in the womb. Kamsa, however, saw the transcendental beauty of his sister Devaki, and he at once concluded that the Supreme Personality of Godhead had taken shelter in her womb. She had never looked so wonderfully beautiful. He could distinctly understand that there was something wonderful within the womb of Devaki. In this way, Kamsa became perturbed because he was sure that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who would kill him in the future, had now come. Kamsa began to think, what is to be done with Devaki? Surely she has Vishnu or Krishna within her womb, so it is certain that Krishna has come to execute the mission of the demigods. And if I immediately kill Devaki, his mission cannot be frustrated. Kamsa knew very well that no one can frustrate the purpose of Vishnu. Any intelligent man can understand that the laws of God cannot be violated. Yeah, you cannot violate the laws of God. For every action, there's a reaction, right? So whatever you do, like, you can't violate the laws of the universe. If you try to, you're just gonna get punished. You're just gonna get smacked. I mean, this is what happens, right? You can't violate the laws of karma. If you do good, you get good things. If you do bad, you get bad things. You can't. That's a universal law. You can't violate it. You can try, but you'll fail. Let's see, where was I? Okay. Any intelligent man can understand that the laws of God cannot be violated. His purpose will be served in spite of all impediments offered by the demons. Kamsa thought, if I kill Devaki at the present moment, Vishnu will enforce his supreme will more vehemently. To kill Devaki just now would be the most abominable act. No one desires to kill his reputation, even in an awkward situation. Right? You don't want to destroy your reputation. Right? No one wants to have a bad reputation because people care about public opinion so much. I don't really care about public opinion. I could care less, but people do. If someone has time to like talk about me, that means they're like I'm living rent free in their head and they're obsessed with me, right? Because like if you're talking about somebody else, that means you're obsessed with them to some degree. Either you hate them or you love them. But if you're talking about other people, that means they're living rent free in your head. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people say about me, because nobody's perfect. Okay. No one desires to kill his reputation, even in an awkward situation. If I kill Devaki now, my reputation will be spoiled. Devaki is a woman, and she is under my shelter. She is pregnant. If I kill her immediately, my reputation, the results of my pious activities, and my duration of life will all be finished. He further deliberated. A person who is too cruel is as good as dead, even in this lifetime. Okay. A person who is too cruel is as good as dead, even in this lifetime. No one likes a cruel person during his lifetime, and after his death, people curse him, right? Nobody likes evil, cruel people. So, they'll talk bad about you while you're alive, and then once you die, they'll curse you. Nobody likes people like that. You can think of people in history, right? Think of some people like that. Hitler, there you go. On account of his self-identification with the body, he must be degraded and pushed into the darkest region of hell. Kamsa thus meditated on all the pros and cons of killing Devaki at that time. Kamsa finally decided not to kill Devaki right away, but to wait for the inevitable future. But his mind became absorbed in an animosity against the personality of Godhead. See? When you hate somebody, you think about them. When you love somebody, you think about them too. See how it is? He patiently waited for the delivery of the child, expecting to kill him, and as he had done previously with the other babies of Devaki. Thus, being merged in the ocean of animosity against the personality of Godhead, he began to think of Krishna or Vishnu while sitting, while sleeping, while walking, while eating, while working, in all the situations of his life. His mind became so much absorbed with thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that indirectly he could see only Krishna or Vishnu around him. Unfortunately, although his mind was absorbed in the thoughts of Vishnu, he is not recognized as a devotee because he was thinking of Krishna as an enemy. Right? Sometimes you think of people you hate, right? You think of them as enemies. You hate them, but you think of them. They're living rent free in your head, right? If you're thinking about somebody you don't like, they're living rent free in your head. The state of mind of a great devotee is also to be always absorbed in Krishna. But a devotee thinks of himself favorably, not unfavorably. So we think of Krishna with love and devotion. To think of Krishna favorably is Krishna consciousness, but to think of Krishna unfavorably is not Krishna consciousness. At this time, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, accompanied by great sages like Narada, and followed by many other demigods, invisibly appeared in the house of Kamsa. They began to pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in select verses, which are very pleasing to the devotees, which award fulfillment to their desires. The first words they spoke claimed that the Lord is true to his vow. As stated in the Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna descends to this material world just to protect the pious and defeat and destroy the impious. That is his vow. The demigods could understand that the Lord had taken his residence within the womb of Devaki to fulfill his vow, and they were very glad that the Lord was appearing in order to fulfill his mission. The demigods address the Lord as Satyam Param, or the Supreme Absolute Truth. So Krishna comes to annihilate the demons. So whenever Krishna comes, he comes to annihilate the demons and protect his devotees. Demons and demigods, demons and devotees. Everyone is searching after the truth. That is the philosophical way of life. The demigods give information that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Krishna. One who becomes fully Krishna conscious can attain the absolute truth. Krishna is the absolute truth because, unlike relative truth, he is truth in all three phases of eternal time. Time is divided into past, present, and future. Krishna is truth always, past, present, and future. In the material world, everything is being controlled by supreme time in the course of past, present, and future. But before the creation, Krishna was existing. And when there is creation, everything is resting in Krishna. And when this creation is finished, Krishna will remain. Therefore, he is the absolute truth in all circumstances. If there is any truth within this material world, it emanates from the supreme truth, Krishna. If there is any opulence within this material world, the cause of the opulence is Krishna. If there is any reputation within the material world, the cause of the reputation is Krishna. If there is any strength within this material world, the cause of such strength is Krishna. If there is any wisdom and education within the material world, the cause of such wisdom and education is Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is the source of all relative truths. This material world is composed of 5 principal elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And all such elements are emanations from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything, the absolute truth. The material scientists accept these 5 primary elements as the cause of the material manifestation, but the elements in their gross and subtle states are produced by Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Should wait to get it harsh. Shiva Sati Gaura Bhatta Vrinda. I'm kind of in a rush right now, if you haven't noticed. Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Govinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gaur Premanandi Hare Hare Bo Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna.